Let's stay with Champions Real Estate Team here at Champions Real Estate Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark, one of the second team leader here. Every Wednesday we jump on, kind of go over what's going on in the real estate market over the last week. So we always like to start out with a quick tip. So our quick tip this week, as we're getting into tax season, so if you bought a house in 2023, make sure you get your closing statement, as you would have prepaid interest on there that can be deductible. Make sure you get that information over to your accountant, your CPA if you're using them, or just double check. But yeah, if you sold a house or if you bought a house in the last year over in 2023, you can use that to into your taxes for this year. So hopefully a little tax savings for you on being a homeowner. So but let's jump into what's gone on in the real estate market over the last week. Let me pull up our diagram here. So we're still a pretty active market. We had 467 new listings go live over the last week, which is great. We're getting more inventory out there. Weather's getting a little nice, a little chilly today, the last couple of days, but we had 70s on Monday. So that's just Nebraska. So wait a day, and you'll get a new set of weather parameters going on. So, but yeah, so we're seeing the inventory pick up. In that regard, so we're also seeing new contracts written. So those are contracts or houses that went under contract. So we had 352 new contracts written. So last week we were 370, 378. Week prior to that was about 312. So we're on average there doing pretty well on the new contracts written. And we had 255 happy new homeowners over this last week. So we're still seeing some pretty good market activity. We're starting to see some of those, the general trends this time of year is you're starting to get more buyers, more sellers in that manner going through there. So let's take a look at the 30,000 foot view. What's going on? Let me pull up that screen here for you. So over the last weeks, we're sitting at just under 2,400 homes active on the market, 1,446 in Douglas Sarpy County. So narrow that down a little bit. To put that stuff into perspective, when I got my license, so 16 years ago, in 2008, we had over about 5,500 homes just in the Omaha MLS. So in was it 2019, I believe, that the Omaha and Lincoln MLS has merged, and so now we're at 2,400, in both Omaha and Lincoln. So you can see we've dropped down in our inventory there. And then we go into our existing homes in the Douglas Sarpy County area. We had 532 homes that are active out there. So given our population, it's not a lot of homes on the market there, but new construction, that number did tick up. We were about 885 last week. So we saw more, new construction listings pop up on the market. So some of those spec homes, some of those foundations that were dug, in the winter months, they're getting those things ready, putting on the market, which is great. We need more inventory. Our months of inventory down to 2.8. So back when in that 2008 timeframe, our months of inventory at that time was about 9 to 10 months supply of inventory. So that basically meant if there are no houses that come on the market, as of today, we'd have enough homes, for our demand, and we'd be out of homes in 2.8 months. So back in 2008, we had almost a whole year supply of inventory of homes. So, we see that going there. Our average sold price up, about 6% from this time last year at 328. And we're up, when I did numbers over the last 5 years, we are up 47.2%, if I remember correctly, over the last 5 years. So that appreciation you've seen over that last 5 years tick up pretty good. So it's always a great time, buying that real estate, whether you're an investor or just getting that primary residence, getting out of renting an apartment or a house, and capitalizing on that appreciation. So that's stuff that you miss out on being in that renting pool out there. So that's why being a homeowner can help generate some of that wealth, build that equity. I heard I listened to a podcast, and I think we're at $31 trillion in equity in the US, which is the highest number we've had in that equity. So we've seen a lot of appreciation. There's a lot of equity out there that people are sitting on, which is great. I call it in my mind, how I explain it to my clients is it's just the house savings account from that manner. So when you think about your equity, it's all that the house savings account is the money that's basically sitting in your house. If you were to sell it, that's what you're essentially going to net from the sale of your house there. So, but as far as interest rates go, so we're kind of sitting just below 7%. We're kind of sitting in that kind of level playing field, hasn't gone up or much from since last week. We're about 6.875 is what I last saw. So I mean, still, I think that's kind of where we're going to be at for the near future here. But that is, it's everyone says, well, that's kind of high. Well, over the last 30 years, our average interest rate is about that 7%, 6 to 7% over the last 30 years. So we're back to kind of where we were at, when I first bought my first house in 2007, I think it was right at just about a 7% interest rate. And then we saw the market, the interest rates drop down significantly down to that 3%, ballpark. So, I think that was, a lot of people jumped in the market in that time on buying houses. But now, I think more people are getting used to where we're sitting at, and it's still a great opportunity to buy. We're still seeing that the demand, kind of drive prices and appreciation. So we're still seeing that appreciation come across the board. So, but as always, we'd love to help you out. If you have any questions or comments, 402-672-7670. Feel free to call me, text me, reach out to any social media platforms. If you're watching this on, our YouTube, X now, I guess Twitter, but like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. And we're happy to help you any way, shape, or form that we can. So take care and have a great rest of the day.